Ooh, kitty. Ooh, big kitty.
Now back with the Pet Project, the real-life Catwoman, Tammy Trujillo.
Hi, and welcome back to the Pet Project. And well, we're talking about animal actors. And you know, I read a book recently. This is one of the coolest books I think I've ever read. It's the autobiography of Terry. If you don't know who Terry is, Terry played Toto. And this is a great book by Willard Carroll, and it actually outlines the entire life of this dog from the dog's point of view. And as we went into break, we were talking with Stu Van Arsdale with Movie Line about the fact that, you know, the Academy probably is looking at animal actors as not really actors. They're just doing things. But, you know, it does seem... And if you have a chance to read this book from Terry's point of view, they are acting. They do know what's going on, Stu. Stu, you with us? Uh-oh, we have lost Stu. We're going to try to catch back up with him. But if you have seen the artist, and I am finally going to go tonight, Oogie is a 10-year-old Jack Russell Terrier, and he literally steals the show. He really does. And the artist has been nominated for 10 Academy Awards, but not one of them is for Oogie. And that's not fair. We have decided that is not fair. We're not the only ones who decided that. Movie Line sponsors a Facebook page called Consider Oogie, which is promoting an unofficial awards campaign for this little Jack Russell Terrier. And we do have Stu back on the line. And sorry we lost you there, Stu.
Sorry about that.
It's been one of them days, technically, you know?
That'll happen.
Doesn't it? I know. Maybe we're done with it. But I was mentioning that I had read the autobiography of Terry, the dog that was Toto. Great autobiography by Willard Carroll. And actually, it was Spitz who wrote it, the trainer who wrote that. And we were talking before the break about the Academy probably not really thinking that these are animal actors. They're just doing things for treats, but they really do seem to know what's going on.
Yeah, and what I was mentioning before the break was that one of his trainers had mentioned it recently that there's a very climactic scene with the main character and Oogie, his dog. And Oogie, you know, I guess what happened in the scene was Oogie is really kind of trying to communicate something to the main character, and it's not in a kind of Lassie come home kind of way, like, you know, where Lassie's barking and trying to like get people to come out into the well or whatever. You know, it's actually he's tugging on a pant leg. He's kind of jumping up and trying to grab an object that this main character has. And the owner and the trainer was saying, we didn't tell him to do that. You know, it was just an instinctive reaction that he had to a character in peril, an emotional peril, and the dog recognized that, and it acted with emotion in response. And I think that's the kind of relationship that many pet owners realize that they have with their pets, and that's why they cherish their relationships with their pets. And this main character and Oogie are no different in the film. And so that is something that needs to be recognized beyond just the idea of they do stuff for treats or sausages or whatever, is that they do have emotional reactions to things that occur with human beings, whether it's on camera or off.
So not only is he a good actor, but he's good at improv.
Exactly, yeah. And I don't doubt it. I mean, I think that, you know, it's sincere too. I mean, there's so many moments of just sincere, just ingenious a relationship between both the character and the dog and the director and the dog. You know, that really let Oogie kind of run with it and get a feel of things and then react accordingly, improvisationally.
Have you had any word from the Academy regarding this campaign at all? Have they responded in any way? Because I know they've got to know about it.
I have a feeling they know about it. I have not received any word. The most I've really heard about it was just that there are certain other award shows or certain other... Actually, one awards event came up around this. I think the Golden Collar Awards is what it's called. I think it's the first, like the inaugural Golden Collar Awards recognizing animal performers. And I think that kind of started around the great year that animal performers have had, led by Oogie. So that was very gratifying, but the Academy themselves have not actually reached out. And I don't expect them to, but, you know, at least they know about it and hopefully can consider it going forward.
Well, we got to look into this Golden Collar Awards because it is something that's long overdue. You can sit down and just go through animal after animal after animal that has made such a contribution. Even on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, you've got some animals with stars, but I know a campaign I've been working on for quite a few years is to get a star for Cheetah. The chimpanzee that was big in the Tarzan movies back in the 30s and such. And boy, every time that we have mounted a campaign, and there's a money thing involved, but the money has not been issued, we've been snubbed too. So
It's just, yeah, I don't understand the resistance or the reluctance to recognize these performers. I get it in an Academy Award sense. I mean, there's a long tradition there, and it was a precedent that was established very early on that they were not going to consider animal actors alongside human actors for like best actor, best supporting actor, and that's fine. I mean, it makes total sense.
Right.
But but recognizing that the trainers in particular, I think, is just like recognizing stunt performers. I mean, they do a very, very important job every single day in Hollywood, in film and television, and they are not recognized by the Academy for whatever reason. And there's been a mounting effort to get stuntmen recognized too, or stunt performers. And I think that animal trainers are kind of in the same category of kind of the invisible contributors, among the invisible contributors that we don't think of or we don't see every day, but deserve recognition nonetheless.
Well, the Academy can make changes to its award structure because I know, at least back as far as 39, they had a Juvenile Actor Award.
Right.
And that's no longer being given out. So they can make changes. They do make changes. So maybe it's possible down the road here we might get, Best Animal Actor honor.
Well, it's altogether possible because the reality is if you look at the Academy Award nominations this year, and this is a whole other topic of conversation, but I'll just kind of just briefly say, if you look at the nominations and you can look down the list and say, what was the Academy thinking?
It's an interesting list.
If they can nominate some of the films and performances that we saw nominated this year over others, then it doesn't surprise me in the slightest that they can overlook something or someone or like Omar and Uggie's trainer and Uggie himself, and hopefully they can come to their senses down the line, and we'll just we'll see.
Hey, well, we'll just put the pressure on him.
That's all you can do.
Can we expect to see Uggie at the Academy Awards? Will he be going?
I would not be surprised to see Uggie at the Academy Awards, at least on the red carpet, or at least having some presence somewhere.
Okay.
I don't know if he'll be let in the theater, but fingers crossed.
All right. Stu, thank you so much. This has been awesome. We want to keep in touch with you and see how this campaign goes because he needs to get a statue.
I totally agree. Some recognition is overdue. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much, Stu Van Arsdale with Movie Line. We've got a lot more coming up on the Pet Project here on CRN, and you can get details on our interview with Stu and our details about Uggie and his non-nomination for Academy Award on our Facebook page, Tammy Trujillo's Pet Project. We're back in about 2 minutes.
You order a glass of your favorite Cabernet, fresh asparagus, hollandaise on the side, a filet, medium rare. You unfurl your napkin with a flair, close your eyes, and prepare to listen. Ah, there it is. The sweet music you long to hear. The sizzle. The sizzle of a Ruth's Chris steak.
The most magnificent,